Hey everyone, let's jump right into this explainer. Today, we're uncovering the financial, legal, and emotional realities of co-signing a bail bond. Now, it's a situation absolutely nobody ever wants to find themselves in, right? But if you do, understanding the true cost of bail is absolutely vital before you even think about signing on the dotted line.
Just imagine getting that frantic phone call in the dead of night. Your friend, close relative, someone you care deeply about is on the other end of the line and they've been arrested. Hearing that naturally triggers this immediate, selfless urge to help them out. Knowing someone has your back is one of the most vital ways people feel supported during a crisis. But before you act on that generous impulse, you really have to understand the true risks involved so you can protect your own financial well-being.
To help us navigate this, we're using an insightful guide straight from Frank Calabretta's Bail House. We're going to break this major decision down into 5 critical areas. 1, the urgency to help. 2, the upfront financial realities. 3, the hidden risk of forfeiture. 4, the interpersonal costs. And finally, number 5, making your final decision. Let's get right into it.
Section 1. The urgency to help.
Getting someone out on bail is incredibly impactful. Think about what's actually at stake here. Bailing a friend or family member out gives them a real chance to keep their life from totally derailing. It means they can still show up for their job, they can keep caring for their kids, they can stay surrounded by their support system, and honestly, it means they can prepare their legal case from the comfort of their own home rather than sitting in a cell. It's an incredibly helpful, powerful thing to do.
Section 2. Upfront financial realities.
10%. That's the magic or, honestly, maybe terrifying number. You see, bail houses generally require about 10% of the total bail bond amount paid up front just to even process the bond. So, you have to ask yourself a hard question. Are you financially stable enough right now to part with that kind of cash? You really need to be completely comfortable parting with that 10% just to help them wait for trial.
So here is the absolutely crucial point. Before you hand over a single dime, you need the facts. If you aren't 100% sure what the total bail amount is, or if there might be special conditions tied to the defendant's release, hit the pause button. A bail bondsman can actually call the court or the jail to find out all this info for you. You want to make sure all those special conditions and release details are completely verified before making any payment whatsoever.
Section 3. The risk of forfeiture.
Now we have to talk about collateral. In the bail industry, an agency requires collateral to give them total assurance that the bail money will be paid back if the defendant fails to appear in court. Think of it as their insurance policy, and it's a policy provided entirely by you. And when we talk about collateral for a property bond, we are talking about your real, tangible assets. To secure it, you might have to put highly valuable, deeply personal items right on the hook. We're talking about your RV, your car, your jewelry, or literally even your house. You really need to stop and think if you're willing to risk those specific items if things just don't go according to plan.
Because if they don't, it creates a devastating legal domino effect that reveals the true cost of bail. Step 1. The defendant misses their court appointments. Step 2. You and anyone else who co-signed that bond are suddenly legally liable for the total bail amount, not just the 10% you paid up front, the whole shebang. Step 3. A lien can be placed directly on your property, your car, or your home. And this all happens through absolutely no fault of your own, simply because the person you bailed out flaked.
Section 4. The interpersonal costs.
You're really balancing 2 very powerful forces here. On one side, you have this beautiful, natural desire to help. You want to be supportive, save their job, keep their family together. But on the flip side, you have the risks. Putting your name and your finances on the line carries the very real risk of being manipulated, lied to, tricked, or guilt-tripped. Unfortunately, even with the absolute best intentions, people have been severely let down. And that leads to ruined relationships simply because they posted bail without weighing these interpersonal costs.
So it all boils down to the hardest question you'll have to ask yourself. Is the person you are trying to help truly reliable? You've got to be brutally honest here. Do you fully trust this person in the county jail? Do you really know them well enough? Are you completely confident they won't lie to you? If you're feeling coerced or guilted into doing this even a little bit, the best advice is to stay out of it. Protect yourself first.
Section 5. Making the final decision.
Now, here is a massive point of relief that you need to know. A huge misconception is that if the person is eventually found guilty at trial, you lose your money. That is simply not true. The actual outcome of the trial has absolutely no bearing on whether the bail bond will be released. All the defendant needs to do is show up on time for all their required court appearances, and bail forfeiture is completely avoided.
Look, navigating all this can be incredibly overwhelming, especially when you're in the middle of an emotional crisis. But remember, you don't have to guess. If life's unpredictability has your head spinning, there are industry experts out there to help. Frank Calabretta's Bail House, for example, has been a trusted leader in this industry for over 40 years. Because arrests don't just happen during business hours, they're open 24/7, 365 days a year, even on holidays. They serve Placer, Nevada, and El Dorado counties, and they are total pros at explaining exactly how all of this works to loved ones well before anyone makes a financial commitment.
We're going to leave you with this golden rule, straight from the experts. It is highly advised that you only post bail for someone you trust to be responsible and timely. Bailing someone out is an incredible act of kindness, no doubt about it. But the true cost of bail can stretch so much further than that initial 10% if the person lets you down. So the absolute final question you must ask yourself is this. Knowing your own home, car, and financial security could literally be on the line, are you entirely sure the person calling you is worth that ultimate risk? Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you on the next one.